Hello. Hey, I'm starting my stream. It's all going very well. However, public. Streaming publicly. Streaming Automobilista. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, well, let me dive in. I'm already in. Bright new outfit. That's half a second, apparently. What's up, everybody? Again, a stream, what's the point? Not really to entertain the masses, because there are far better YouTubers for that, but just repeating myself a little bit, I do quite a few of these long training sessions where I just do laps and laps and laps and laps and laps, over and over and over, trying to not suck, and got some webcams, so just stream the whole thing. It's Automobilista, obviously, but as ever when I tweak things with Automobilista, it's not quite the same physics that we have in the release version. I'm always messing about because trying to point the blame on something else than my skill. So the point is doing long sessions, trying to be consistent, not really looking at chat all that often or interacting with you guys, just lap after lap after lap, hardcore sim mode. At Montreal, somehow there's an event there this weekend, so might as well pick this combination. And the main objective is, with the last couple of streams I made some setup changes, and critical to getting the power down is the drivetrain, which is a complicated thing in these modern racing cars. So I might change the throttle and torque maps for the next stream if I spin out a lot and I blame it on the drivetrain. But first, I'm rusty, I haven't been here for a long time, so let's just start doing some laps. Because that's been a long time. I'm starting with the setup that we last used at Interlagos. They're not the same tracks, it won't be very compatible. It's a starting point. I'll take it real easy. Hopefully I can manage to convince myself. It's quite a different track from Interlagos. Don't confuse the speed limiter button with the DRS button. I'm getting deaf here, it's a bit too loud. Okay, that's a little better, still getting deaf. I think I put Rusty in the title. Already feeling this might be too oversteery for Montreal. Lots of chicanes you come out here and you want to get that power down. It's quite different from some of the longer and tighter corners at Interlagos. There's a lot of throwing in into these chicanes, like entering them quickly. So I have a feeling we might have to do some tweaking quite soon. Because this is a bit more oversteery than I want. We went karting with the office last week. It still hurts my ribs. Probably no need to use second. I do like Montreal quite a bit. It's quite different from most tracks. Lots of chicanes where you have to throw it in a little bit and rely on lots of grip to drag you out. But it's different from Interlagos. Just going slowly, exploring the situation. Yeah, not overdriving it at all. There are such big differences from the one circuit to the other. But my problems seem quite the same everywhere. Too much power too soon. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Are you really this bad when you do your first laps, Niels? Well, apparently I am. So we went karting in 9 horsepower, 4-stroke karts. This is a little different. Slightly. That much. Rusty Wallace. Wasn't a real driver, it would be a perfect nickname. My rig moved, or my monitor rack moved. I'm sitting off center. That's definitely 3 or 4 seconds I still need to get. I'll adjust that in a minute. Although it does make me able to look beside the halo. Third or fourth. Gear. Okay, no longer pressing the pit limiter button there. Progress. Feels a bit scary oversteery when trying to throw it into the corners. Saved it. No T-bone, please. Well, okay, super rusty first laps, but I am starting to get some feel for where this track goes again. And I think I'm just going to build some safety in the setup. Realign these monitors. And who knows, we might improve. So I'm still looking at about 2 seconds that I wish to find here. No idea where that should come from, but anyway. Let's see, because it's obviously in here. Just gonna disconnect the anti-roll bar at the back. Stiffen it up on the front. Who knows? Nobody knows really. Less wing on the front. They might run a bit less downforce at Montreal. At least I think they did, but I'm not so sure what happened. It's very eager to enter. So okay. So I think I had that viscous diff in there together with some power lock. So let's not do that. And it was very eager to turn in, so I'm just gonna add a bit of coast lock here, because I know what I'm doing. Save. That's weird. Now it will probably save this in the Interlagos folder, because ISI save file logic Monty. Hey, that's one. Yeah. Now, where is this? Well, it's not that bad, is it? A little bit to the right. Oh yeah, much better. The streamline is back. When building up your confidence for a track, I don't think it's a good idea to do it with a very oversteery setup. And what works at Interlagos doesn't necessarily work here. It already feels more confidence inspiring on the throttle there. The thing is though, that setup at Interlagos is the result of 300 laps. So I knew my way around the track. And when you do that, when you know your way around, the setup that you're comfortable with can be far more on the edge. If you don't know your braking points or your corner entry speeds, then you cannot have a setup that is so twitchy. So we have to move towards that. Using second just helps me get that corner exit. That's a bit more understeery. Late. very, very, very far away from being able to attack and drive properly. And I don't have my head screwed on at the moment. Just do a bit of a... Can somebody tighten that for me, please? That was my first 1.5 corner where I start to get a feel for the track. That was a little better. But still a lot of time to find and a lot of confidence to be found. And a shaky left leg syndrome to get rid of. And this to get on the inside curb there on entry. Far more to the inside. Straighten up the exit. It is still quite warm here in the Netherlands. Multiple weeks of sweating. Easy. Slow. Oh, whatever. Too much curb. I remember now all the hours spent here when first developing this car. Seem to have lost all memory of that. Well, I just said I remembered, but remember doing it, I just don't seem to have stored any of the knowledge. Earlier on the brakes. It seems like most of my problems are corner exit, but typically it's caused by poor corner entry, at least partly. Scary stuff. Ah, knucklehead. Perhaps third gear. And have to brake earlier there as well. Hard work. Not yet as enjoyable as I was hoping, because I'm too ragged and inconsistent. And I have to pee and my leg is wobbly. And it's hot and it's all try this. But it's how it goes. We just need more and more laps trying to get in the zone, get concentrated. Still not even remotely near the required concentration levels. Wall of amateur streamers. This is so bad! This is so very, very bad! I have to take a short break to find my skill. I must have left it somewhere downstairs. I flushed it down the toilet probably. It's the Keiichi Tsuchiya skills. Not getting the power down. What to do? It's mainly me. I haven't even got close to a rhythm yet. Gonna eat a banana, I think. Go for a little wee break. Look myself in the eyes, in the mirror. Go like that. And I'll return a quicker man. Possibly not. Oh, so warm, so warm. Let's do that, alright. Escape. Yeah, why not? Exit to monitor. Oh, the sweat is real. Ay, ay, ay. Be right back, guys. Crunch can. So, hello again. Right. Sorry for that. I had a magic banana. Normal banana. We don't have magic, well, we might have magic bananas in the Netherlands filled with some substance, but probably not suitable for sim racing. Let's just go back. Get in the zone, because right now here's the zone, there's the zone, and I'm like there still, like somewhere there. It's about this far away from the zone. Extreme struggles to get the power down. I wonder if I should just start with the open diff again. I think that's probably a good idea. I can do that because I'm in control of physics. Don't tell anyone. Vehicles, magic, folders. Yes, that's the one. Magic parameters. All right. Save. Open diff it is. Let me just have a look at the chat. Diff settings will be important, yeah. Different circuits, same driver problems, definitely that. No tire wear, no track use, it's medium track. Doesn't seem... Oh, we have a non-fan, sorry about that. Talk and drive is complicated, this is easy and different too. This is not the same, you know, talk and drive is where I pretend to have something to say and I'll make a 20-minute video saying stuff, and this is more what used to be private, like testing sessions just going on and on and on. I realize it's fairly boring for most people. Yep. Oh no, Remco is watching. Put the pressure on. Right, so back to an open diff to begin with, and see how we fare. And the rest is just up to me. You see, much better. Magic banana. Come on, come on, come on. Ouch. Oh, whoa, 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 don't do that. just looking at the steering wheel funny and I'll get oversteer. I do recall that from previous sessions here a long time ago. Very hard to get the power down even when you have just a little bit of lock applied.
Okay, well, 12. Alright, it's starting to be a worthwhile lap time. So we're on a medium track, that does matter. And like I said at the start of the stream that you might have missed, these are not the release physics. As always, I'm messing with things, trying to cure my lack of skill through physics parameters. These tires are a bit less grippy, especially longitudinally, and I'm feeling that. That's like the traction. Then the release version is. So won't be leading the leaderboards. Yeah. Difficult track. It's always felt like it to me. Walls, they are... I have a problem with walls being in the neighborhood of my car. And it's mainly just that with a little bit of lock, the car can start to snap already. And the confidence you saw
sometimes in F1 that they can just deliver the throttle and freight train out of the corners. I'm not having that experience at the moment at all. That's why I thought this was a good track to work on the drivetrain. Because if you've been following Rise Studios, you know that at some point we were quite happy to announce that we changed the engine model and the torque and throttle mapping. Which is great. But then how do you enter the parameters for it? What would real racing teams and drivers use? We don't really know, to be honest, because, well, I tried rigging Max Verstappen, but he didn't want to tell me. And how the throttle pedal influences the torque that goes to the rear wheels is, of course, extremely important. The sky is the limit how we want to make that pedal, throttle, torque control behave.
This is so difficult entering this. That wall there is very terrifying. Entering these chicanes is such a matter of letting off the brake pedal and turning in, and so perfect harmony. Oh, I'm getting used to the brakes now. Only 4 laps in. Oh no, wait, 50. Rusty. I saw purple, got very scared. thought this bright shirt would be worth a second. It isn't. I've been scammed by the little.
Where's the magic here? Magic button. Well, give me the magic button. One thing at a time. I'll just give it a bit more differential. I'm lost. I always have such different requirements at this track. At some points you wanted the car to do this, and at other places you wanted to do something else. And then you just randomly click until it happens. That's pretty much how you do it. So a bit more diff lock and a bit less front anti-roll bar. Because a lot of the time it happened at Interlagos too. Sometimes you have oversteer on the exit caused by getting too much understeer on entry and mid corner. So you have too much lock on and then you floor it and then everything goes haywire. But it should be quite obvious that I'm not even remotely consistent at this point. So I'm breaking many rules of setup change. By changing setup before even being in a sort of a groove. Why you do that to me? Again, I have to get the pressure up, temperatures up.
Okay, I expect it to be rusty, but this is beyond rustiness. Why am I driving on the grass? It all comes back to me now. Not the driving skill, but the fact that I remember not having any at this car and track combination. So, yeah. All right, this is my let's take a Looney Tunes moment. You've probably all seen like the Tom and Jerry videos where Tom has an evil plan, and there on this shoulder there's like a little devil, and here's a little angel. The devil in this case says, "Ah, it's the car setup, it's all wrong, it's not you." And the angel says, "Well, Niels, perhaps you just have to drive a bit more and learn how to enter corners and exit corners properly before messing with the car setup." So they're having this huge argument. And the devil tends to win, that's how it goes. Oh. Yeah, really struggling, like big time. Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna see what more toe in does. I wish I could do more than 1 degree. It's total toe. So it's half a degree per tire. It's not out of the ordinary, yes, necessarily. One thing at a time. So the problems are everywhere. Entering, mid-corner, exiting, braking. Whoa. Forgetting cold brakes. Tires. I will try to just get some sort of focus going on and just try to do low 13s, get consistent before clicking any more things. accept my crapness, just 2 laps, focus, concentrate. Come on, come on. Don't get distracted. This is a tough day at the office, very tough. Well, okay, well, you know, after lowering the standards, at least I did some fairly consistent low mid 13s there. Here, lots of terrible laps. Well, say what you want to say. This is 2 seconds slower than I hoped to be, but at least it was a nice consistent session. Horribly slow. Cannot get the power down. It's just, who's that physics guy who makes these cars? He's gonna be fired. I just look at the throttle and there it goes. Yeah. If I really want to get on the power, you would assume the typical very soft rear end, very low roll stiffness at the front, very high on the front, very low on the rear. Should get us amazing traction, but if you're going almost straight, yeah, probably. But if it's too understeery, I'll have this much steering applied and I'm gonna floor it and it's gonna come around on me, so I don't know what to do. Me. Tires are very cold. That's the problem. Pressure is too low. The temperature will make a slight difference. It's not very hard on tires, this track, so depending on a lot of things, I want this to be closer to 150 kph, so that's about 15 more in the front, about 12 more at the back. Let's make that 148. Tire pressure changes, of course, that's where all the time is. So I'm really not sure if I should like make the rear more soft and then I'll theoretically have more traction, but not if I arrive at the corner and with a bit of understeer and still have understeer mid corner. If I then floor it, I won't have that traction because I've got the lock applied. I'll floor it, I get like snap oversteer that way. So sometimes a more oversteery setup
is better at getting the power down in my hands anyway, because it's more neutral mid-corner and I don't have any understeer applied, and any first hint of oversteer, it's all right there instead of being buried beneath some understeer. So yeah, more pressure. What will that do? I don't know. Let's just have a couple more laps. Only done 80 something, that's nothing. Might have a look at the tires, how sensitive they are to temperature, because they are running a bit cold. Button confusion, yeah. Got like 4 buttons mapped on my steering wheel and I forgot which is which.
I always lose 2 or 3 tenths though in this sector. I wonder why.
Yeah. Not good, but that's kind of obvious though. Pressures are fine, temperature a bit low, but I don't think the sensitivity of the temperature is that bad. So this shouldn't cost me too much. Okay. I said I was going to be rusty, and it's certainly true. Cannot get the power down, cannot get into corners, cannot get out of corners. All a bit tricky. And just not really consistent. Briefly when I tried, but I was slow when I was consistent here. And here I'm in the 13s, that's not so consistent, but just not quite there. And meanwhile, it's not just thinking about, well, what car setup stuff should I do, but also, what shall I do to the tires or to the drivetrain, which I mentioned right at the beginning of the stream, which you didn't hear because you weren't there, and if you were there, you would have left by now. I know, that's entertainment. Shall I torture myself for a bit longer? I kinda want to at least do my quickest lap. Makes sense. Going for a weird thing like making the aero a bit more understeery and the mechanical setup a bit more oversteery. I don't think it'll do any good, but I'm lost anyway. Random changes here and there. That's the magic combination. No hands. The outlap always feels amazing. Probably because the stopwatch isn't running yet. Third gear. Yep. Just give me a little bit more than a 12.961 and I'm happy. How hard can it be? Something dangling between my legs there, sorry about that.
So much time lost in the middle sector, all since whenever I did that lap. Somebody put some oil slicks there, like... At least I can predict the crapness of my split times. Plus 0.25. Oh, even worse. 3.3. Negative. And 6/10.
How is it going? Not very well. Not very well. Everything I do makes it worse. Cannot get the power down. It's the temptation of alt tabbing, changing the tires, giving me 100% more grip, and then finally doing a good lap time. Well, whatever I did, it didn't improve it. Yeah. Tires are like really cold, like beyond cool. Just check on some telemetry there. Hi everybody, hi chat. You're hanging in there. Please don't. Yeah. So the new theory, to point the blame away from myself, is tires that aren't up to temperature. Let's first have a look at how terrible it is. It's me, obviously, but I need all the help I can get. So if I can point to some what the heck? Montreal, yes. Okay. Tire temp, tight, what? Oh, balls. Telemetry expert. Yeah, there we are. T-temp. 68, 80, 75. The rears are a little better. 75 to 90. But it is a little bit under temperature. Is that a bad thing though? Does that make a difference? Let's look at my physics. Let's have a look. No, no difference at all. I turned the effect of temperature off, which I often do, have a more consistent lap to lap feel. So yeah, cold temperatures not a thing, just in this area there. Court Marshal, if you're still here, skip updates at 1 means 360 Hertz. Skip updates at 0 is 720 Hertz. However, that doesn't apply to real feel. Real feel is limited at 360. So if you set it at 0, it doesn't matter. So 1 is 360 Hertz, that's correct. Your old friend placebo, yep. Not necessarily though. If you run 0, other things, fake stuff, canned effects, if you run force feedback effects at medium, high or full, those effects might apply at 720 Hertz, but the real feel stuff is only 360. So I don't think it should make a difference. Because you mentioned pure, so you don't have any of the fake stuff enabled. Fake stuff, not necessarily fake. There's damping and stuff in there. That's reasonable. That's not right. That's left. Sorry. Oh yeah, that's what I want. All right. What am I going to do next time? Well, it's beyond terrible. I don't really know what I'm going to do. Take some driving lessons, I guess. Here there is the tire chart, and I see that I've turned off the temperature effects, so even at super high temperature or low temperature the grip remains 1, so that's turned off. Wear is off, so that's probably okay. I'm just not getting the power down, and there are a couple of things, possibly longitudinal, slip ratios, some complicated stuff, but it seems like my problem is way bigger than a couple of tire tweaks. And it's just the slightest touch of the steering plus a lot of throttle and power makes it go oversteery. This is one area I'll hope to investigate. This is complicated, but every gear we have a different engine basically in with the new Automobilista stuff. So for each gear we can map all sorts of curves that dictate how each throttle position, how much torque it returns. So if I load second gear, this above dotted line is my maximum torque curve in second gear, and then if I load third gear it goes up, and then if I load fourth gear it goes up further still. So with the super complicated engine stuff that they run in modern racing cars, they can probably map that on a per gear basis. And if you have 1,000 horsepower, you cannot do anything with that in second gear. So I bet they have mapped it so that they don't have full power in the low gears, and it comes in the higher gears. And then we've sort of baked in the ERS in this. So in 5th, 6th and 7th we have the most power, but then in order to compensate for limited battery power, here in 7th gear the maximum starts to drop again, and in 8th gear there is less like baked in ERS. But one area, say in 3rd or 4th gear, I struggle to get the power down. These dotted lines are the torque at 20, 30, 40, 60, 80 and 100% throttle, and I can change that if I wish. So let's just get rid of some of the least useful Jeremy, will the diff pump work if I just turn it on in Notepad? Yeah, in the HDV file if you have that. I'm not sure if you can do it in the SVM. No, you cannot do it in the SVM. SVM is just car setup settings, and you can change the setting for the pump, but it's not activated in the HDV file, so you can put it at the setting 1 million, but it will 1 million times nothing is nothing. So no, I'm afraid you cannot do that with the release version of Automobilista. But you saw that I didn't have a lot of success with that differential here anyway, so it's not the be all end all. So this is my curve. Might as well do something educational since the driving wasn't that good. 20% throttle. So watch that. Let's just get rid of some more lines. This is power. I kind of like that. This one I don't really need. This one I don't really need. This one I don't really need. So these dotted lines, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100% throttle in 3rd gear. Now I can change that shape if I wish. So if I want 20% to do more, I can do whatever I want. See, now that lower curve changes. I can make this higher. I can do all sorts of very things that are confusing me right now. Let's just go back to the default. Though any RPM, any throttle position, we can have any torque. And how do you want to set that up? One of the ways I might think of doing, these lines are sort of kind of horizontal now and they drop a little bit, so there's quite a bit of torque and it gradually drops, and then it drops, and the more throttle I have, the more sort of they start to bend upwards and I get more torque as I get more revs. So one of the things I might do is put them closer together so that only at the high revs is there a real difference between using a little bit of throttle and a lot of throttle. So let me just make that so we'll remember this, and then I'll be closer to the full throttle one. See, so what I've done now, 100% throttle is the top line and 80% throttle is this one. So it's identical until a certain RPM, and then there's a difference between 80% and 100% throttle. So this could be a way they do it. I have no idea, but it's worth trying. Lots and lots of numbers. This might be very weird, but I'm gonna try this anyway. Yeah. 40%. Something like that. And 20%. So, well, we don't want it there probably. I realize this is confusing, just getting the attention of everybody away from the driving. So this is quite different. Let me save this one. 20% throttle, 40, 60, 80 and 100. Quite different. Bit messy too, but hey. Very different from this, which is my 4th gear map. So I'm just gonna, I think, manually clean this up a little and do that for the other gears. And then for the next stream, armed with all this new stuff that's not going to make a difference, I probably will make some tire changes as well, because I want to redeem myself. This first stream is fine. I put Rusty in the title, so at least I predicted that properly, but I want to be attacking this track and doing proper lap times and doing 11s. So I'll do that tomorrow or another day. Just give me some time to cheat and up the tire grip. Well, thanks for watching. If you did, tough couple of hours. Enjoyed it partly, but also a bit frustrating. That's how it is though. Yeah, see you one of these days. I gotta fix some cheat with some physics. Bye bye.